Hey, Beerfield Fantasy fans, we are here. It is Thanksgiving. I wanted to give you guys a special episode where I'm giving thanks to some of my favorite rookie breakouts and older breakouts that have happened here during this fantasy season. We're through 11 weeks. We just got to watch the Thanksgiving game, so we have a good idea who some of the breakout players this year are. I just want to go over my top 10 favorites. Don't really have any news for you today. Anything that did happen, we will cover for you guys in tomorrow's podcast episode that will drop tomorrow night. It'll include all the game previews for the Sunday and Monday games for you. Let's go ahead here. I want to jump into all the rookies that broke out. My top 5 breakouts. Got to kick it off first with Deshaun Watson. He was averaging an absurd 29 points a game before he tore his ACL. ACLs aren't fun, but they are a very doable recovery. Things should be looking great for the sophomore quarterback, and I expect him to be a top 5 QB heading into 2018. Alvin Kamara is the number 1 running back I want to talk about. He's got 9 straight double-digit games. He's out of Tennessee. He had some question marks about his ability to hold up to usage. I've seen no problems from him. In fact, up to almost 70% of snaps last week. He's used in the rushing game, the passing game, everything I see out of this guy I love. His balance is elite. He's going to be a player in the league for a long time. He's already locked himself in as a RB1 heading down the stretch here in 2017, and I think things are going to be looking up for him in the future as well. On a similar note, Kareem Hunt, he had more of an early breakout and has slowed down a little bit here, but he's still getting the usage. The offense still has some pieces on it. It's still growing. They need to add a few things to it. Specifically, they need a second pass catcher on the outside besides Tyreek Hill. Chris Conley may be that guy coming back from the Achilles, but we don't know for sure. But right now, we're just looking to see what they can do with this offense and see if they can get Kareem Hunt rolling again. They do have a favorable schedule down the stretch, so we may get a little bit of that early week magic one more time here before we call 2017 a break, and he should be a top 2-round pick next year heading into 2018. On a similar note, Leonard Fournette, he's currently the RB9, and that's with missing 2 games, one due to injury, one due to the team suspending him for missing some team activities, let's call it. He's broken 12 fantasy points in all but 1 game. Expectations were sky high for Fournette coming into the year, so the fact that he's basically met those or even exceeded them is great. He's going to probably be a first-round pick in redraft league next year. It is absolutely worth a back-end first, early second startup draft in Dynasty. Last rookie I want to talk about in my top 5 is Evan Engram. Currently your tight end 5. He's had 2 bad games back-to-back here, including the one we just watched here in primetime. But long-term, the outlook for tight ends who produce at this level, the rookie years, is fantastic. 2 of the top 3 producers of all time are Rob Gronkowski and Brandon Stokely for rookie tight ends. Both had fantastic careers. Gronk is still playing out of his mind, and he's your number 2 tight end right now. Engram is on pace to finish with a better rookie season than both of them. If he can keep it up, I think he needs another 27 points in 5 games in standard. On PPR, he probably already is on pace to crush him. So it's looking like the things are looking up for Engram. I expect him to be a top 5 startup tight end here in Dynasty drafts going into next season. And he's a fantastic player. If you landed him in your rookie drafts in Dynasty, you got a gem. Congratulations. I still have a lot of faith in O.J. Howard and David Njoku, and those guys should be buy candidates because I think their talent is on par with Engram. But this is a situation where Engram was the first to break out, and I'm not actually that surprised just due to the situation he landed in. Let's go to the guys who are a little bit older, so non-rookies that broke out. I've got 5 of these players as well. Let's kick it off first with quarterback Carson Wentz. Currently your quarterback 2, averaging about 24 points a game. He's looked great in almost every single game that I've had the chance to watch his tape on. Needles pointing way up. He's got some solid weapons around him in Zach Ertz, Matt Collins. They've got him Jay Ajayi in the backfield here. Corey Clement looks like he might be the real deal as a pass-catching back. Jeffrey is on a 1-year deal. He could possibly be re-signed. Nelson Aguilar looks like he may be finally taking a step. So they need to kind of finalize some of the weapons around him, but he's got a great offensive line, and he's playing out of his fucking mind right now. So Carson Wentz, arrow's looking way up on him. He looks like he's going to be a top 3 to 5 quarterback going forward as far as we can tell. Running back, I've got Todd Gurley as the breakout. He kind of broke out his rookie year. Had a terrible back half of his rookie year, though. Sophomore year was pretty mundane. Then he came into this year with a lot of question marks. But hey, when you shed, 240 pounds of Jeff Fisher off your back, you can run a little bit better. He's been a complete stud this year. He's the number 1 RB by about 30 points and half-point PPR. And he looks like the generational talent he was hyped up to be. So if you got Todd Gurley in a sort of keeper or dynasty team, congratulations. He's looking great for you. Two receivers for you that have broken out this year. Devin Funchess, he's currently the wide receiver 23.5 point PPR. And after the Kelvin Benjamin trade, the situation is perfect. Devin Funchess is still just 23 years old. He's finally having his breakout season in year 3, which is pretty common, and now he's in a situation where the wide receiver 1 role in Carolina is all his. Greg Olsen's getting older, and the other pieces they have in there are not going to compete with him as a touchdown target and volume target. Devin Funchess is looking great, and he should probably be moving into a 6th or 7th round startup value in Dynasty, and depending on how the season finishes, that may go even higher. Adam Thielen, this breakout started last year, but he's now the wide receiver 3, continues to dominate it week in, week out. His breakout came a little bit older. He's 27, so you probably only have 3 to 4 more years of this going after this season. But he should get you some prime value, and looks like he's going to be reducing as a high-end wide receiver 2 to wide receiver 1 for the next 3 or 4 years unless something serious changes. But his skill set is amazing. He runs a 4.45. He's got great hands, great route running. He's basically everything you want, and on top of it, he doesn't get number 1 coverage. Diggs does. So he's still drawing easier coverage and completely able to exploit that. He's in a situation where he's never going to get consistent over the top safety help. He's going to get opportunities, going to get targets. Sky's just way high for this guy. Adam Thielen's amazing. I'm biased as a Vikings fan, but Adam Thielen has been great. This breakout is more than I could have ever imagined for him. And last player I got is Zach Ertz. He's the tight end 3 through 11 weeks. This is his 4th year breakout. They did extend him to a contract here for next year, so I do through the next couple of years. So he will be long term there. He is tied at the hip to Carson Wentz, which, as we've just talked about, is a great situation to be in. And in addition, he's gotten into that top 3 tier tight ends with Gronk and Kelsey. He's the youngest one. He's 25 years old. The other ones are 28 and 29. So he's in a much better situation long term. You should expect longer term value out of him. And honestly, he is my number 1 tight end in Dynasty going forward. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. This was kind of a fun thanks episode for these breakout players that I wanted to talk about. If you want to tweet any of your favorite breakout players from this year, whether they be rookie or veteran players, tweet at Nick Spartz, SPARTZ, or at the show at BeerfieldFF. Christopher Hopper will be back with your DFS content tomorrow, along with any news, and that'll be at Hop with 2 P's, BFF. And lastly, Dan Thury covers your Monday and Wednesday content. He is at Thury, BFF, with 2 F's, as he would like to say. Thank you so much for listening. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Let us know anything else you want to see here. And we'll be back to you guys tomorrow night with the Friday podcast with all the game previews, and we'll recap all the Thursday night Thanksgiving games. Have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next time.